You remember from earlier lessons where a script was used to construct the war file, it was necessary to first create the war file's directory structure and copy all the files into it. Well, the ant utility does all that for you. You can put the files wherever you would like. You just have to tell ant where they are. Ant will go get the files and put them into the right places inside the war file as it creates it. Let me start out with a very simple war file and show you how it works. This directory has nothing in it but the build file for ant and the src directory holding the source code. Now, this one is very simple. The application has nothing other than a single JSP page, and you remember that we don't have to compile it ahead of time, and there is nothing in the web.xml file but the basic stub information. And that's all there is. One JSP file and one web.xml file. And here is the ant build file. It just has the one target, the default target, which makes a war file from the JSP and web.xml files. The only task performed in this target is the war task. The output file itself is named by the dest file attribute. All the files in this example use the same basic path name. In fact, it's common to use the same basic path throughout, which keeps your application source code and data files all in the same directory system. The deployment file is specified by the web.xml attribute. After that, it's just a matter of listing all the files that you need to include. This is a simple example, so it only has one JSP file. Now, different files go in different places, so some of these inclusion tags have different names, and I'll be showing you those later. Right now, we just have the one JSP file, and it goes in the root directory of the war file. Okay, so there's not much to this example, but it should give you an idea about what's going on. Since the build file is named build.xml, and that's the default name, all we have to do is enter the command. And the war file has been constructed. Now, you may want to take a peek inside the war file to see just what you've got. This can be particularly handy later on when things get a bit more complicated. Now, to keep things straight, I always make a temporary directory to unzip the thing. And there you see the structure. Everything went in the right place. The manifest file was properly created and the web.inf directory was created to hold the web.xml file. You can use any unzip utility, but be careful when you use WinZip. It's known to help you out by changing directory names and such, so if things come out in lowercase or something from it, don't be too concerned. To verify that everything's okay, let me deploy this to the server and verify that the page can be displayed. You can deploy the war file this way. You normally have to find it here. I've done this before, so it already knows where it is. And selecting Launch shows you that the JSP page is part of the deployment. I can run it here and show you that it runs successfully. There. But you can do a whole lot more than just build a war file. You can compile servlets, and you can do the actual deployment from inside the XML file.